today the concept is the national liberal movements in colonies. What is the meaning of national liberal movements? There are many countries which are controlled by the other countries. It is like colonialism. This colonialism concept spread during the 19th century, and almost all the countries which have influenced the industrial revolution I think you all know what is industrial revolution. The industrial revolution is the concept of changing from man-made goods into machine-made goods. It is getting transformation from man to machines. Here, earlier man used to do all the things, and now because of the industrial revolution, because of the invention of the new machines, we got every work done by machines rather than by man, and in this process the influence of man has become very less and the influence of machines has become more, and it also brought increase in the production. Now the increase in the production has automatically raised the increase in the industries. The industries were multiplied, tripled, and 4 times they were increased. Now when an industry is set up, we need employees, we need first of all the raw material. The raw material should be processed in the industries because we already invented the machines. Now after the invention of the machine is done, we can't keep it aside, so we have to use it. So when the raw materials are brought, and now we need the raw materials for the countries. The countries which need raw materials or which influenced or got the influence of industrial revolution are, first one is France, Britain, USA got it much later. First main one is Britain, then France people, later Dutch people, Portugal, Spain. It moves on the number. Almost many of the European countries got this industrial revolution. Now once they got the industrial revolution influenced here, and after they experienced that they need raw materials at very less cost, so automatically they planned that we have to go for the cheapest availability of the raw materials. What do we need at the cheapest availability? The raw materials. Now the raw materials, where do we get at the cheapest levels? If any nation is having the raw materials also, why would they sell for us at very less cost? Yes, it's a valid point. We can't expect any nation, for example take a country like India, where we can produce large amounts of wheat or rice or cotton seeds, whatever it is required for us, or the oil seeds at huge amount or bulk in production because we have large amount of land. Even though we have this, why would we get ready to sell for a country like Britain or France or Dutch or Spain or Portugal at very less cost? What would be the purpose behind it? Definitely we would not sell it. India, in the sense here, Indian people. Why would the Indian people think to sell it there? Indian people would not like to sell it at very less cost. If there is a chance that these people are expecting us to sell it, we automatically get the rise in the price, and it would lead to competition for them. So in order to eliminate all these kind of things, the Britishers have initially got an idea that instead of asking them, if we curb the nation, if we occupy the nation and come with a logo that we are civilizing them, we are providing civilizing them or civilization, making sure that it is like spreading of the Christianity or the new concept, or many of the historians agree to the word like it is white man's burden. White man's burden. This is the title given for the colonialization. In order to occupy any country directly, if we go and occupy any nation, they would not agree us, and it would result in a major revolt or in a war. So in order to get compromise from them, initially they sent some Christian missionaries to spread the Christianity in these places where they don't know Christianity at all. Later on they moved on with an intention of doing trade and buying the products at very less cost from them to get the raw materials from them, and finally after taking over the charge of the trade, later they come down to attacking one group of countries, then attacking the nation leaders, then occupying that one. Now for example, take India. In India we have many kings. There are nearly 563 princely states in our country. So India first they came towards Kolkata region, then they came towards Chennai region. After they established good intimacy with the kings, later they started to dictate the kings. Whenever the king refused to act on the advice of the people of the Britishers or the British admirals, automatically the king was attacked or imprisoned, or the king was replaced with a puppet who will listen to the advices of the British admirals. And later on, after they occupy one kingdom, later they moved on to the other kingdom. Like that they occupied the entire country India now. Now what is the intention is, the final purpose for their industries, they need raw materials at very less cost, which can be supplied from a country like India where we have it in bulk. Even though if India is not having the items which we require, we will force the people to do the plantations according to our interest and make them to follow them or give strict guidelines for them, or intentionally they used to dictate what crop to be cultivated and spoil the entire local crops. Their intention was only to have their motherland prosperous and squeeze the wealth of India. So they made India as a colony. In this process of 19th century, many countries of the European countries like Britain, France, Dutch, Portugal, Spain have the idea of colonizing the nations of Asia and Africa, because in Asia and Africa we don't have the much influence of the industrial revolution, and these countries are much influenced by the traditional outlook rather than the modernization. Now coming to the countries like India, the other nation which is almost felt that it is always in the state of freedom or in the free hands, that is China. China is located in the northeastern region of India, upper elevation part. It also acts as a boundary for us by adding Tibet to its territorial regions. Now China is a very large country in the world with the highest amount of population as per the latest census. China was considered as it is a free nation and it does not have any influence, or it is not under colonial control of any